Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're watching this video, it's because it's time to get ready for the 26-27 school year. That's a good thing. I think there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up this year. Um, as I'm recording this, we're actually still in the middle of summer. You might even be watching this while summer has not quite officially ended yet. Um, but I do want to just welcome you back and quickly highlight some of the new and exciting things that are taking place. I'll start with our new school verse for the school year. So we're using 3 John 1:4, which says, I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. When I first looked at this verse getting ready for the video, I thought, boy, it sounds like that's something that was really written for our parents and not so much for us or our students. But then very quickly I snapped to and said, no, these are our children as well, right? We're their teachers, and they are our children. And it is so true, right? There is no greater joy than to know that our students are walking in truth. That not only our students, but we ourselves, right, get to participate day in and day out in being in a Christian community governed by Christ-like principles, delivering godly instruction to our youth, and just being able to work day in and day out, like I said, in a Christian community, right? Most of our parents, they don't get that blessing, right? They go off to secular jobs, and they don't get to have that blessing of being in a Christian community all day long like we do. So yes, certainly no greater joy than to be walking in the truth with our children, and to see our children doing the same. What's new and exciting this year? Off the top, right, the very big and obvious is the new high school building. 14 brand new classrooms ready to go. Woohoo, right? That's going to be, exciting ribbon cutting ceremony and stuff planned as we get to back to school week. But not just a new high school building. We have a new high school principal that's starting this year as well, Mr. Barry Dunn. I've had the opportunity to not only go to breakfast with him before he started going to work and had a nice conversation with him that morning, but worked with him over the course of this week. Really, really excited to welcome Mr. Dunn to the school. I think his leadership is going to create a lot of positive changes for our high school. But in addition, I think there's going to be a lot of positive trickle down from the high school to the middle school as a result of his leadership in the high school. So again, excited to have Mr. Dunn joining our administrative team, new high school principal. Certainly for all of you, while you're not getting the brand new high school classrooms in the new high school building, you're getting almost everybody a new to you classroom, right? We packed up boxes at the end of the year. It's time to come in and start unpacking those boxes and setting up our new rooms. And part of what comes with that is the expansion of the middle school. And so another thing that's new and exciting, 50% of our teachers in the middle school this year are brand new to Sarasota Christian School. Literally, it's 50% of the core academic teachers are new to the middle school. Normally, that would be a kind of a scary figure, like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Why do they have so much turnover? But it's all good, right? We certainly know that's a result of the growth and change and the opening of a high school building. And one of the other things that's new and exciting for us this year to finally have, full and distinct and separate grade level teams within the middle school, right? To have a separate 6th grade, separate 7th grade, separate 8th grade team. I think that's going to create a lot of exciting efficiencies for us within the middle school, to start to move away from addressing all things from the perspective as a global middle school, and to start being able to lean in and focus on what's appropriate for the 6th graders, right, in the 6th grade team, to meet their needs versus what's appropriate for the 8th graders in the 8th grade team and the needs of those students, right? Because middle school is a little tricky, right? Those 3 years, there's a big difference, a big swing that happens socially, mentally, as students mature through middle school. And so to have teams that are distinct to each grade level, I think is going to be really helpful for us, but also for the students. The school year is starting, and we still have 2 planning periods, right? It felt touch and go for me all last year as we're writing schedules, waiting for someone to come in and say, I'm sorry, Mark, we can't let you have 2 prep periods for the teachers. You're going to have to go back to 1. But here we are, the school year's starting, and we've got it. 2 planning periods. I'm so excited for you guys to be able to get to that standard, to be able to give you more time here at work to get your grading and lesson planning and stuff done, and hopefully to need to spend less time at home working on some of those things. I guess if we're honest, we know it's probably going to be just a little bit less time. But hey, we'll take what we can get. I know you guys are always working at home too. Let's see, what else do we have that's new? So security, a security upgrade that's we're putting in this year. It's kind of low tech, but I think it's going to be good for all of you. Since we don't work in new classrooms with new doors that have card readers, one of the things the returning teachers are familiar with is our policy to need to keep classroom doors locked at all times. And so they are not installed yet. They've been ordered and they're supposed to be installed before the start of the school year, but we've ordered self-locking door handles. And so what that will do is it will prevent the situations where students have exited our classrooms and then the door handle has been left unlocked. We've all been dinged by the school resource officer coming around checking for locked doors, and to find out that unbeknownst to you, your door was left unlocked by a student, and now you're being held accountable for it. So I'm excited that we can add that. It's a small feature, but an important one. That your classrooms will now be able to stay locked without you needing to supervise door handles on a regular basis. All right. I think the last thing I'll mention that's new for this year, and we will certainly spend more time talking about this as we get into back to school week, but that is our Speak Life campaign for the middle school. There's certainly been emails and stuff from me that you've seen and heard already. But looking to curb some of, as I like to say, the age-appropriate, inappropriate behavior that's common, not just here at SES, but across all middle schools, right? It's age-appropriate, inappropriate behavior for a reason. It's normal that kids do this, but the sarcasm, the cutting, the roasting and toasting that middle school age students like to engage in, right? The parents oftentimes complain and talk about it as bullying. It's not really quite that. It's a bully-like behavior, but it's not bullying. But it creates similar problems as bullying, right? When kids are constantly being cajoled, picked on, right, and cut down by their friends at school. And certainly as Christians, we can and should do better, right? And so the verse we're using to underpin that Speak Life campaign is Proverbs 18:21, that talks about, or literally says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, right? Both death and life are in the power of the tongue, right? The words we choose to speak and use and the actions, the way we treat people, right, can either tear them down, right, and pull them apart, or can lift them up and build them up, right? And so we obviously want to be doing the latter. So I'm excited to, as we get into the school year, to work with all of you to collaborate on some ideas as to how we can push that campaign further, but to start focusing with our students on being intentionally positive in the way they interact with one another, and move beyond some of what culture's made so normal, right? And it's honestly, it's not just kids. I think we as adults, our comedians, our movies, right? That kind of cutting and roasting sense of humor really has just become commonplace and normal. And right, we want to be different as Christians, right? We want to be salt and light and show that we can be better than that. Okay. So that is all for now. The last thing I always like to say before fully signing off. I know some of you are probably getting this and the school year has not officially started. I do not put together this Google Classroom page or these videos as I don't want them to feel like homework. That's not the intention behind it. I'm not trying to intrude upon your summer vacation that hasn't finished yet. I'm not trying to give you lots of work to do at home. Instead, I'm trying to make the time that you have here at school when we get to back to school week as productive for you as it possibly can. Um, you know, we come to the back to school week and it's just meeting, right? Talking about all kinds of things. And so this Google Classroom page with all of its instructions and assignments is really designed in the hopes that we don't have to have meetings to talk about how to set all these different things up. We don't have to have meetings to talk about what's new and exciting and changing and whatnot for the school year, that I can deliver that content to you in a way that's digestible at your own time, at your own convenience, right? Because I know while you're here at school during the day, your big priority, and it's going to be everybody this year, right? Decorating your classroom, setting up your desks, moving furniture around, getting moved in, and being ready for the students when they show up. And time spent in meetings just feels really unproductive from your perspective. So that's the heart behind why all of these assignments. So please, I don't want you to feel like I'm dumping homework on you during your summer vacation. I just want you to be able to work on things at your convenience. And lastly, I know there's always some of you out there who just are ready to get started and you're just waiting for stuff to come out. And so I try to get these things out a little bit early for those of you who are ready to get going. Okay, well, that's enough for me for now. Look forward to seeing all of you when we get back in person, and excited about what the school year has to bring. Right? Thanks for watching.